Hello everybody. Today I have a review for the Star Wars The Black Series vizsla figure. I do not know this character because, again, I haven't seen The Mandalorian. And in the last video when I said I wasn't getting another Mandalorian figure, I more meant Pedro Pascal's character specifically, more than anything, but I found this guy today at Walmart for $33, and I kind of had to get him. He looks amazing. I don't know his character whatsoever. I don't know who this is, but I kind of just really wanted another Star Wars figure with like this Mandalorian armor because it looks really cool. I love the blue, I love the yellow, the brown, the paint is good as hell. And you can see I have him stanced up with his minigun, mostly just to get how it works out of the way first, because it's a little cumbersome to do on video. So the minigun, he holds the rear grip with his right hand, and it has a grip up on the top of it for his left hand. It isn't secure with the pose I have it in right now, but it works well enough. Like when you actually want it to be posed correctly, he can hold it really, really well. And it looks great. Starting off with the minigun, though, it has, for paint and sculpt, starting off with the minigun, the end of the barrels is blue, this segment is silver, and the rest is blue back here, and the rest is cast in a nice gray plastic. It's very well detailed and sculpted and looks really cool on him. I'm going to remove it from his hand. There we go. His minigun just looks great. I love the detailing on it, that little bead sight, or I don't even know if that is a sight, but it's there. The detailing on the top of it's really, really nice looking. Has a charging handle or another grip back here, and the front grip rotates where it is, so it can be held at any angle he needs. This peg right here on the side plugs into his backpack for weapon storage, and it looks really, really cool just sitting there on his back. The chain of the minigun is segmented and fully articulated at every point. I'm pretty sure they're ball joints, but I can't really tell. I'm just going to assume they're ball joints. Every segment here with these cuts can move. His backpack looks fantastic. The paint, the yellow is great. The use of gray and the tiny little bit of black on there is really nice. There's a very light and very gently applied dark brown dry brushing, it looks like. So there's some brown up here, a tiny little spot of it right here, and some is applied throughout these thrusters. There's a gray wash right here under my thumb, and it looks dirty and damaged, and it looks really good at that while it's, messed up. It looks like it's been well used. So I'm assuming it's a jetpack because of these blasters on the back, which appear to have holes in them. I wonder if the Iron Man repulsor effects can work with that. I'm going to check that out after this video. Or, well, during this video, I guess, because I could. This tube on his left arm pegs in the same way as the minigun. So pop that in there, and then it has another end that goes into this blaster attached to his arm. Now, sculpt-wise, I think he's beautiful. He looks super badass. The colors are good. The use of the colors is good. I like the asymmetry going on with the yellow and brown arms. The scratches and break in his armor, the breakage, the damage in his armor is really good. And I just think, visually speaking, like purely aesthetically, he does the job really, really well for just a good-looking Star Wars figure. Now, I'm going to cover the minigun again in a few moments once I'm done with him, but I'm going to remove it and just sit it off to the side so we can have no problems with moving him around. I'm going to get to the packaging after him and his minigun, though, so, don't worry about that. Again, the aesthetic is great. You can look at it, you can see it. He's beautiful looking. The colors are phenomenal. It's better in person than my camera will allow you to see because, you know, I'm just using a phone for this video to record everything. But he looks great. You should probably pick him up if you can find him if you're interested. Now, getting into articulation, his head can rock from side to side. It can do a full rotation, of course, and he can look up that far, so not very far, but enough, and down a little bit as well. Again, not a lot, but I think it's enough personally. His arms can do a full T-pose out to the side, a little better than horizontal. The pauldrons are soft and rubbery and will not impede movement whatsoever. As you can see there, they work just fine. The elbow has a rotation. The bend on that elbow is a little better than 90. His forearm has a rotation as well, and so does his wrist. This hand, his left hand, goes in and out from his palm to the back of his hand, whereas his right hand has a joint that makes it move up and down. Not a lot, but it's still there and worth mentioning. Both forearms rotate, by the way, just so I don't forget to mention it. This little piece on his chest is a softer plastic, but it's a solid block of it, so I don't really know if it's going to squish or anything like that. His torso can rock side to side. He can rotate, and it kind of wants to fight you a little bit, see? But it's there. He can arc his back decently far and lean forward. Not a ton, but he can do it. His skirt is soft, rubbery plastic, very squishy, very mobile, and his belt is mostly a floating piece. It doesn't move a lot, but I don't think it's glued. The entire skirt is soft, so, you know, every little part can get out of the way if it needs to. He can split his legs about that far. His thighs have a rotation, and his knees can bend that far back before stopping themselves. Yeah, that's about as much as they got. His feet can rock side to side. The feet do not have rotation in them. They just have a rock and a forward kick and a back kick. Not a lot on the forward, but it's fine. You can do enough with him. He's really cool, though. I like him a lot. I like the arm blaster he has. It's cool. Now, going back to his minigun for just a moment. The cable here on this side is mostly a soft plastic, not very soft, but I think it moves and is flimsy enough to work well. The minigun's chain is fully articulated and can move however you want it to. It doesn't really hold its shape, but I feel like that's not much of a problem since you'll have him holding it in two hands anyways, and it can rotate at the base of the gun. And that's about all I wanted to cover with that. Now, packaging. This is the back of the box. It says a descendant of the esteemed House Vizsla, brawny warrior Paz Vizsla, is protected by the strongest Beskar armor. A very beautiful shot of him there. Artwork, of course, not an actual photo of the figure. And then the front is just this nice big window box with his name there and the Mandalorian show he's from. The minigun was right here and he was here. But nah, I think he's pretty good. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this dude. Now, before I leave, I think I brought up that Iron Man blaster effect thing just a minute ago, so let me check that. I have two Marvel Legends Iron Man figures, and they both came with several repulsor blast effects. I have the Mark II and the Mark 16 suit, I believe. And the Mark 16 came with 4 light blue pulsar effects, and that's what I'm going to be using for this. So this came with an Iron Man figure, and it has a muzzle flash effect that can be taken off the peg. But just checking if this will work. Oh, right, spec pack is over here. I'm stupid. And yeah, it will. Okay, so if you want a jetpack as well, I guess that can work. All right. That pegs in there pretty well. These were very, very worth getting just for these blaster effects. They work with Samus. They work with this. These were worth getting. Anyways, this guy's really, really fun and really, really good. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you all have a blessed day. I'm out. Peace.